in Turkey, and then from India my flight was cancelled. So same day,
Oh, and
thank
when
God I
exactly it
had.
happened? When exactly it happened?
Uh,
Around March,
it was
this month, March
you remember
2020.
something like this, because that time, but I remember Turkey and Dubai was the country which they open for travel the first. So
Oh,
my wife, we already booked ticket, everything. Then in the morning, I reached to the airport, and they just told me, sorry, your flight is cancelled, without any
oh my
email, without
God.
any information. And then
Shit.
she was so upset. So but luckily, because like if you have UK or US or Schengen visa, you can travel to the Dubai. So that
Okay,
time
yeah,
I
I know
told
that.
her,
Yeah.
okay, no worries. So then next day we met in Dubai. So
Hey,
it
let's
was it
go.
was like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like then I so then we met in Dubai, and like after marriage I moved to Prague, and then I mean, me and my wife, we also travel around Europe,
Okay.
and I'm planning for travel to some other place as well. For example, a Scandinavian country I never been. So I really want to travel to some Scandinavian country
So,
like Norway
yeah.
and Finland. But
Finland is
let's
good.
see,
I
because
hear
like
Finland is really nice country with nice people. I think they're among one of the sweetest people that I got to hear from other friends,
well,
other
usually
people who
usually
said.
people are nice everywhere, man.
Yeah, that's also up to your
I
attitude, your
had I had a bad
persona.
experience.
Yeah.
I had a bad experience only. Like once I had bad experience. It was in Germany, but I think that guy was out of his mind. You
Yeah.
know, but usually
Mostly
wherever
like
you go, you will meet nice people.
nice person
Even in
and a
India,
bad person as
sometimes
well.
people can be bad.
Yeah, of course there are. Also there are good people everywhere. Like mostly
Yeah,
people
yeah.
say
So
like
like
Germans are a little bit of racist, a little bit of that, this and that. Maybe they are like in their country, but those who
Maybe
are
in Eastern
yeah,
Europe are, believe me.
Eastern
People,
Europe,
if you
yeah,
go into like for example, like I were in Poland, even
okay,
on the airport. Like the guy he told me like he was immigration officer, and he showed me
okay,
the some like a video about the street food. And then I said, I told her, then at that time I was a little offensive. I had already, I was tired
yeah.
for long, and I said, I think it's still better than your tasteless dumpling. And then at that time he just stamped on my passport and said, you go. Like,
That's nice, man. Like
yeah,
I was with
because
one
anyway,
Spanish guy,
you will be
yeah,
surprised. You will be surprised. And he was talking. I mean, since my childhood, like I know in the UK, people, made some stereotype about the Polish people. But believe me,
okay,
not all Polish people are like this. Some people, I mean, I have some friends. They are Polish, but they are really really awesome people. Anyway,
yeah.
you'll be surprised when I travel to the Russia. Yeah. So many people they told me, oh, why you go to Russia? It's not good, because like in the West they have some stereotype about the Russian. But believe me,
Yes,
I
yes,
met one of
yeah,
the best people there, one of the
yeah,
nicest people I ever met.
yeah. I agree, I
Sometimes
agree.
they don't know English, but they still try
Yeah, but
to
they're really
speak.
nice, really nice. Like once you get to know them, well, 3 years ago when I was in Thailand, I met one Russian army, and he was working in
Yeah.
Bangladesh for in one nuclear something, some plant, something like this. He said, and
That's
he
cool.
doesn't know how
Yeah.
to speak English. His English was a little broken, but he's a really nice person, man. He was really still today is like
Yeah.
he listens to Hindi music, man. He listens to one of the India's
Oh,
like
really?
Indian metal band, Bloodywood. I don't know whether you are familiar with this name or not. Bloodywood, they actually make Punjabi, Hindi mix, English mix kind of music videos in metal.
Oh,
So
that.
he was a
And at
big
the
fan
moment,
of it.
are you in
Yeah.
India?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, and what is your plan? What is your next plan for come to the? You will travel to the Asia or where?
Also, I think I have already said it, but I told you on our personal phone calls. I'm planning to go to Russia, Kazakhstan, Central Asia this
Oh
year.
yeah, yeah,
That's
you
what I'm
told
planning.
me.
Yeah,
Man, if you want to go
that's
to
what I was.
Russia, so
Yeah,
please go in summer. Believe me, cold in Russia is very different cold. It's
that's what I
fucking
want to face
freezing.
because I want to face. There's one guy from Russia is the one guy from Russia. Yo, brother, welcome to Russia. Okay, hey man, thank you so much. That's what I want to see because I haven't seen snow in my life, so I wanted to experience the winter and I want to challenge myself.
Man,
I don't know. Maybe I will be
you know
wrong
what?
about it.
when I
Yeah.
been to Russia first time,
Hmm.
I bought really some good jacket from
Okay.
India. It was from we have that brand
High quality
Woodland or
jackets, right?
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, from Woodland. Believe me, that jacket was not worth there. So then I bought
Whoa.
some used jacket in Moscow.
Uh-huh.
Believe me, very different color.
Got to get some
It
sweater
was.
when you are coming here. One brother from Russia is saying, got to get some sweater when you're coming here. If I like,
Oh man,
if my jacket doesn't work, please
it's
let me
better to
borrow your
buy
jackets.
in Russia because which sweater we
Okay,
have in India,
that's
it's
what
not
I'm
working
saying.
there.
That's what I'm saying to this fella. That if my jacket doesn't work, please let me borrow your jacket. Maybe I can use this one.
Uh, but
Yeah.
recently, but anyway, you'll be surprised because now because of the war and they have
Yeah.
sanctions, of flights are not operate. Before the war, Prague used to be one of the most favorite place for Russians actually. Here,
Really?
here is the one. Actually, near the Prague, there's a one city. It's called Karlovy Vary. They have also international film festival every year. So many
Oh,
Hollywood stars they come here. It's very popular city, and this city is made by Russians.
Russians.
People call
Okay.
this Russian town. Yeah. So nowadays, and yes, I think the rude people I made actually oh my god, I don't know it's nice or not, but mostly I face a little bit racist people or rude people from Ukraine a lot nowadays. Because when I
Ukraine,
drive
I
taxi, you
agree.
will
They're little weird. I think after the war, like
very weird.
I've seen this in,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
on Shubham's video as well. Like they don't want to speak in Russian, but they're
no,
speaking
no,
in
no.
Russian to each other. But
That's
yeah.
different thing. You will surprise. I mean, here in Prague, some I drive a taxi, right? So usually when anyone come, they will smile. They will say just hello. These people are coming. They never say hello. They never say bye. They're just sitting like this, for like go.
Why?
I was like,
Why?
yeah,
Like 6 cents, yeah. They're telling us
I
to
don't
improve
know.
our English.
Maybe they don't realize that it's rude or something. But I felt
That's
this. It's weird for me.
okay.
So sometimes yeah, I mean, but I literally feel this. It's not just one. It's
Hmm.
almost most of the most of time they are do like this. Just come into the car and sitting like this. Go, and
Go.
when ride is finished, so actually say bye. They didn't say bye.
Bye.
They just
Thank
open the
you.
door and go.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And once what was happened just recently, yesterday. So I dropped the ride. Yeah, they opened the boot. They didn't close.
Whoa.
So I was like,
I think
I mean,
their brain is
that's very
shrinking
rude,
slowly,
actually.
slowly.
I don't know, I can't be a judge because,
Hold
of
my
course,
vodka.
because of the
Hold my
war
vodka.
or something.
I'm drinking Pepsi, brother. But cheers. I love
but
Russian people, man. Russian
I-
people is one of my favorite, to be honest. Like,
oh, they are fine, cool, man.
actually, you know what?
And
I also have a little story.
yeah,
I also have a little story. I met one Russian guy in Goa when I used to live in Goa, like in 2017, and he was my first ever
yeah,
friend from Russia, and still today is like always sending me reels and all stuff, staying in touch. And he's the one who was telling me like, if you want to come to Russia, just come to the winter or summer. Don't come in between autumn or spring. Autumn and spring is the worst season, but and he's telling me
yeah.
he'll take me to skis and all stuff like that. I'm really excited because obviously in India I haven't seen snow in my entire life, so I'm really excited. Tell us more about your Russian trip. Enlighten us more about your
Well,
Russian trip.
it's man. Anyway, you will be surprised. The flight between Moscow to Vladivostok, it's a 7 hour flight. Can you imagine?
Whoa,
It is same distance from Delhi to London.
7
Yes,
hours,
but if you're planning to go to the Japan,
man.
like Russia and Japan, it's can be very practical because first, what you can do, you can travel in Russia, then you can go to the Vladivostok, and then
Hmm.
Vladivostok to Osaka is very near, and you can have a cheap
Okay.
flight.
Yeah.
So this can be a very
Okay.
smart and good option for travel to
Travel
Japan.
Japan. But this year,
I mean,
Japanese visa for Indian passport holder. Which passport do you carry? Like, you have Indian passport or
no,
uh
I have a residency, but I
okay.
carry Indian passport, and I don't know like why people are said, but I never had any problem for any visa issue and never had in any country, even from the Australia, New Zealand, Canada,
Maybe
wherever
you
I
have a
went.
house in UK. That could be also a reason.
I have my own house. Yeah, I own a house.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's the reason actually. For Indians, I think it depends on the person as well. Like also which part of the India you're from. Because normally, if I wanted
Uh,
to apply anything, I have to go to Kolkata to apply my visa for US visa,
I don't.
stuff like that.
I really don't think so because I mean, just recent you seen like for example the Shubham or something. But remember, whenever in India, I had a very good salary. I had very good job. Like
Very good word. I missed the last word. Very good
okay.
word.
Even whenever in
Very
India, when I
salary.
applied
You said yeah.
visa,
Okay.
whenever in India, when
Okay.
I go to apply visa, so just remember because I had a very good job and I had very good
Okay.
salary as well. So
Yeah.
income and a source of income
That's
and
yeah. That's
everything.
can
So
this can
yeah,
also play the part.
yeah, it's depending on the job, but yeah, usually the people, like they face major issue. I seen the college student, when they applied visa, they got refused or something. But believe me, I mean, I can understand also because like because look in number we are a lot,
Yeah.
you know. But believe me,
Dude,
nowadays if you come to the
your
Europe,
new blog is so good. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much for watching. And those who have just joined, please subscribe to our channel. We make blogs, so we're rising creators. So help us, please support us, And you were saying something. Please continue story.
and so like in number we are a lot actually. Even if you see
Yeah.
if you go, if you like nowadays in Europe, you will see. I mean, like today, Prague center was full of by Indian tourists.
Oh, okay.
So
I got to
suppose
know
that
the
if
name
1 million
Parag. How do I got to know the name
Prague.
of the Parag? I got to know it from Mission Impossible Part 1, I think. That's how I came to
Also,
know
you
about
you
this
have
place.
you have you watched the movie Rockstar, that Indian movie?
Yes, yes, Rockstar, but
That
I
song Hava
don't
Hava,
remember the
that
story
was.
yet. Oh,
But
okay.
man, this city is stunning. This city is so
Yeah,
beautiful.
I saw I get
I
to see it
mean,
from your blog,
so
man. Thanks
beautiful
for
city.
sharing the city. I'm getting to see this. Yeah, thanks for your videos, like so that I get to see the city, man. Like,
Yeah, but this is, but like I mean, still, if you compare, like Czech Republic,
hmm,
if you travel in Czech Republic, it's cheap actually compared to travel in Germany because like one Czech crown, because Czech Republic is still cheap. For example, in Germany, I really love Bavaria. My God,
Bavaria. Okay.
Bavaria region is so beautiful. The beautiful
What's the
nature.
specialty about the place?
Bavaria is like a region in Germany, which is very near to the Czechia.
Okay,
There
nice.
also have the Black Forest, if I'm not wrong. If you heard the Black Forest, we have also you heard. So yeah, and also they have one city. It's called Passau, and man, they have beautiful nature. Really,
And
really
why haven't you
beautiful.
blogged? You've been through many countries so far, and why you just started? Why you haven't started when you were exploring all those places? Like,
I was really much camera shy, and when I lost my hair, I felt
okay,
so embarrassed that
I
I
understand.
then like after the age I realized, okay, I think being a bald can be also sexy.
Of course. Nowadays, like so one guy made the thing really famous. You know who I'm talking about, right?
And also but also the one thing is, what, when you if you're a government employee in India, you need
Hmm.
always some permission for leave the country. Yeah.
Bro, that's the best thing that I hear till date.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So
bro. That day, someone, you know what? That day, I did some plain shaving and I was feeling a little shy because I don't normally do plain shaving, so I was wearing my hair. Some people started calling me
yeah.
Johnny Singh.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so weird.
And then I had to take off my camera to show, sorry, I had to take off my cap to show them, like, I'm not old, but it's okay. I'll take it as a compliment. Because you made me multitasker. I can be astronaut, I can be doctor, army, plumber,
Anyway,
anything.
I telling you one very funny incident.
Yeah, sure.
last week, because I think I told you on, if you remember, on weekend, I drive till
Okay.
late night.
Yeah.
So it was like one ride. Some guy he called to me. He was damn drunk, but
Okay.
he spoke very good English. And he just sit in car. He just sat in car. He said, "Drop me to home."
Okay.
And
You
I
know
was
what? I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you. Just yesterday, I've seen one movie's end, like where the movie is about to get over, and the and a girl, she enters the into a cab and she says, "Take me home," and the cab driver starts saying, "अबे बहन का लौंडा, मुझे क्या पता तेरा घर किधर है?"
anyway. So you know what happened? I
Ah,
mean,
tell
yeah.
me.
I was thinking, okay, maybe this guy already booked the ride. I have the address. What's the problem? But he literally, when he drove me to the home, I was understand, oh man, oh man, he was really stink very bad. And then I
Like,
drop him to
but
some, and
how
that
did he
location.
how he was able to manage that address? Tell you the address, like,
But actually, usually, when you book the Bolt or Uber, so
okay,
you
yeah,
already put the
yeah,
address. So I have to just follow
I know.
the map.
Routes, yeah,
And
yeah.
what was, and like what was happened, then he ended up with somewhere which was very isolated. So of course he
Okay.
put the wrong location. He was damn drunk. Then he started crying. Oh man! I mean, I was afraid. I was like, I don't know which kind of drug he have, or oh man, he's out of mind or something. Of course, you will be afraid. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Like you don't know this. I mean,
I
you
have
know the
after
what these people will react. So then
once you'll complete,
I
I'll tell
just
you
told
one
him.
story of mine. Once you'll complete, I'll
Yeah.
tell you one story of mine. First, you complete, please.
All right. So then he was start cry. I said, man, are you
He
okay?
started
He
crying.
said, man, yeah. He start crying. It was like, and I was like so afraid. I said, should I call to the police? He said, don't call to the police. I don't know where's my home or something. I don't know. So then I said, okay, call to your
Bro,
friend. He called to
bro,
his friend. No one picked his call.
oh my God, bro, if I
So
were
then,
in your position, I would have thought you might be a ghost or something.
and and then what happened? I said, okay.
Yeah,
Then like I use a little bit. But I said, look, okay, just show me. So I check his history of his
address and
Bolt
yeah.
or Uber.
Okay.
So then
Oh,
I
okay.
noticed if
Yeah.
frequently he ordered, and then I checked the location. It was just 1 kilometer from that location which
With
he booked.
the where you
Oh,
work at. Yeah.
then I drop him. He say, oh, this is my home, thank you. And he want kiss me. I said, no, no, please go. And
Give me tip. Don't kiss me. Give me tip.
I don't know, man. That was so scary. If someone,
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of
Yeah,
personality.
he could be
And
some kind of creep. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And once more very weird thing, if I telling you, you will be die for
Yeah.
laughing.
Sure, definitely.
It
Go ahead.
was,
Go ahead.
you know, there's one guy.
Okay.
Uh, Actually, I don't know the what is a polite word. The man who want to become a woman. I don't know some polite what the
Okay.
polite word for these people.
Chance.
I still
Chance.
remember the name was Nina.
Nina. What is that? Randomly dropped a
That
stranger who didn't know where he stays. Damn. Yeah. Not randomly, it's
so
his job, by the way. Yeah. I was
yeah.
reading one of the
So
comments. Yeah.
so so what was happened, and that person have a voice deeper than me and you, and
Okay,
by
like,
mistake calling, okay, I call him, sir, please, okay, don't call me sir, I'm madam.
yeah, they get
I
offended.
said, yeah, yeah. I said, okay, sorry. Then he was set in a car, and then but he was became very friendly, like
Okay.
he was from one country is called Kazakhstan. uh,
Kazakhstan. I'm
yeah,
familiar with their country.
yeah. And and then he told to me, I love, I don't know, because it was long ride. Then he suddenly
Okay.
started talk, like, uh yeah. Then we started talk, and I asked him,
Yeah.
how long you
Mhm.
take a time for ready for dresser. And you know what he told me? He said he took every day 3 hour for his makeup and everything. I said, okay. Then suddenly he told to me, like, oh man, have you I love
Someone
chocolate.
is riding
And I didn't
Kazakhstan,
get it. I didn't
has
get it.
blushes.
and
You must be someone
and you know
known.
what, my god, I literally thinking I just talking to you, okay, the
Yeah.
people can hear. All right. So so anyway, so what happened?
Yeah.
The guy, he started talk because it was 20-minute ride, and I said I like chocolate. I said, wow, I also like it. I didn't get it. So then he start frustrating with me, and then what he told to me. Have you ever had anal sex? I said, look, I'm a married, okay. I love pancake. I don't like donut. Okay. Uh, yes.
One second. One second. One second.
And,
One second. Oh man,
yeah, and,
you
and then
like pancake,
and
not
when you
donuts.
leave yeah, and like, yeah, I mean, I'm a married man,
Yeah.
and when you leave the car, he just told me, oh man, you're too old fashioned because because I'm married. Can you imagine?
No, it's their way to convince. It's their way to convince. I had one friend from Delhi. I met him in Bangkok. And he had some experience with Ladybird. And one day we were just normally talking things like that, and suddenly he started telling me, like, I'm bio. Like, because he told me he's
That's
getting married.
weird.
He's getting married. So actually, he's scared that I may have. I can tell this to you. I can leak these things to some of his friends or someone. So he was trying to get me into with the transsexual. So he was trying to
Oh
convince me you
man.
should never try it. They give good blowjobs, because he's also a guy, so he knows where to hit and all stuff like that. And so I said, like, bro, चुप हो जा, बहुत पिटेगा तू, बहुत हो रहा है, तूने करा है, अब तू
But I
बताया,
think,
अब मेरे साथ
but
कर दे.
that's why actually I listen my advice of my wife. That's why I wear now the ring every day.
Yes, you
Yeah,
should.
this is really because like in Indian, we don't like to wear a ring so much or something. In India, like we literally don't like it. But
Someone
here,
just wrote,
here if you have a ring,
Richard just wrote, like, bro who has whole different story about the donut. Donut,
bro,
that's
it's
also
called
the
sense
first
of
time that
humor
I heard.
also.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. But yeah, sometimes sometimes you can meet such a some weird people which you can't
Yeah,
imagine. I
it is,
remember,
it
man.
is.
Sometimes it's scary. In a car, it was one Czech guy. He show me paper spray and knife.
Pepper spray and knife.
Yeah, paper spray and knife. It was
Why?
like,
He doesn't.
I mean, he just like he say, I have a knife. I said, okay, show me. Then he opened and he literally show me the knife.
Okay.
And then yeah, it was scary. So then like I was really alert. I mean, it was like in my mind, I just stop.
Is he
My
trying to
speed,
mug
I
you
just
or something?
decrease and
Like,
start.
he was trying to mug
It was
you,
like
or he just
it was like
showing
like
off
he
his
was
weapon?
talk, and he just randomly said like, oh, in like he said he carry a lot of weapon. I said, okay, like this is good. Like it's your choice or something. He said in India, I heard there is a people also carry weapon. I say, yeah, some people carry. This is true, and they use also. If you if you like, if you like, then he said, he's told to me he love to carry some knife and something, and then he showed me. He said, this is pepper spray and this is knife, and I was surprised.
You
And
know
then
what?
I
I
was
also
not,
carry a pepper spray with me all the time,
yeah,
especially when
and
I'm outside of the
what
country.
happened then? I
Yeah.
was not, and that guy he told me, oh, you are the first person who not afraid of this. I said, oh, you like people should afraid to you or what? You know. So then he was normal. I mean that was so. I mean inside, of course, I was scared because you don't know. Some
Yeah.
crazy people, but oh man, I mean there's so many stories. We are telling you. You will be. I told this to my wife, and
Hmm.
my God, nowadays I save numbers, some like police or ambulance. Before I didn't know because it wasn't check everything. But yeah, after this I'm very careful. But I think uh, but I was surprised why someone randomly carry all the time, paper spray or knife, especially. Anyway, Prague is one of the most safe city in the world.
Seriously, yeah.
It's very safe city. Yeah. So that
You know what?
was,
I can relate to the story, because sometimes some people they're also insecure. Maybe they had bad experience. Maybe someone mocked them or something. That's why they're always protective about themselves. Maybe this could be the reason. Because I keep a pepper spray with me, even in India. Like I do know martial arts and all, but still I always carry a pepper spray with me.
uh,
It's
I
just a
don't know.
power trip. I
Maybe
don't know.
some people just try to be some, you know. Uh, I mean, it's depend on the mind. Like some people just because you seen some people after using so much alcohol and drug, they just became
Hmm.
crazy. So like
Yeah.
I hope you didn't use any drug.
I also don't do any drugs, man. Even if we do, we'll never tell this on
uh,
live stream.
like if you
Just
if
kidding,
you
just
seen
kidding.
like but yeah, I mean I don't know, but yeah, some people are just like this. So, it's better to avoid them.
Yeah.
Uh, and it was also
Hunter Moody.
once
Hello, Hunter. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. Yeah, you're saying something.
it was also once one guy, he had a cash ride.
Richard is
But he
writing
say,
down, nah, Sam doesn't do anything. Nothing at all, right? No, no, I don't do anything. I don't even smoke. I just like to carry it on my hand.
I don't know, man. I really, really, I don't do smoke. I have just stayed, shisha in my home, which so
Okay,
one
okay,
or
yeah.
two
He
time
says
in a week
great.
I smoke shisha.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. When I feel really, really tired or something,
Do you
I
drink?
love shisha.
Do you drink?
Uh, yes, I do,
What's your
but not
poison?
every day. Uh, well, I do love whiskey a lot actually.
Whiskey. Any special
Whiskey, for
brand that you
example, m- uh, monkey shoulder, I like it,
monkey shoulder?
and and also that there's one whiskey single malt called Highland whiskey. I really
Nice,
like it,
nice, nice.
especially the smoky flavor.
Personally,
I love it.
wow. Especially I'm an old monk guy, bro. I'll be very honest. Summer to winter,
Anyway,
old monk.
man, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Believe me, Old Monk have very good taste. Here in Indian restaurant, they have Old Monk.
They have old monk in the Czech Republic? Is that possible? I think in New
Yeah, in
Zealand
Indian
they
restaurant,
have.
even in Indian grocery, you can buy Old Monk. But I love it. I love, man.
Nice,
In
nice, nice.
winter, Old Monk is the best.
Yeah, for me, old monk is best for every season, man. Even in summer, if I'm sweating, it doesn't matter for me. I
I
can't
like it.
live without it.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, and also I like wine here. Anyway, in Czechia, like
I think
usually
you have good
you heard
wine
of
culture
French
over there.
wine or
Yeah. No, no. I haven't tried yet,
here
but I haven't tried.
yes.
Yeah.
I like it, especially actually in Czechia they have very strong wine culture. I mean, but usually Czech beer, I mean, the Budweiser, it's a Czech
But by
beer.
of course, yeah. It's a
Yeah,
Czech
but
brand. I thought it's an American brand.
no, it's Czech. They
Oh,
have actually
nice.
every city they have their own beer. So they have one city. It's called Budaviske. So that
Okay.
beer, the Budaviske, the
Okay.
Budweiser,
Now it
we say
makes
it in
sense. Yeah.
English. So this beer is coming from there, and they have also the American, but but that company they do some, they went to the court about the name or something. They still fight about this, and they have also very good beer Pilsen and I mean they have very strong almost they have some local beer every city they own some beer, but the wine they have one reason which I think you've seen about my video about the Moravia, man.
Maybe
Man,
I forgot. Maybe I forgot. Yeah.
I upload a video. You'll be surprised, like people say okay French wine and Spanish wine is quite popular, but believe me the Czech wine is really really good. A white wine,
Wow.
really really
But it's
it
not
was
famous.
good
That
wine.
maybe that's the reason people are not knowing the varieties and the specialities
Marketing,
of, yeah,
marketing.
marketing. The right word. Yeah, marketing. Marketing is
You
not done
will
because everybody is like,
whenever there, almost everyone have their own wine cellar. They make their own wine, and I had some wine which was like semi dry or dry, or you can have like I mean I like semi dry, not too much. So I like little sweet, and believe me, they're very quality wine. But they don't do
nice.
marketing, like these people are just drink
Every
and
nobody
happy.
know nobody
They,
heard about it. Like if you say Czech Republic, Prague, people think that nice place is good place. But I even myself, I'm surprised to hear that they have good collections of wine. They have good variety.
yeah,
Marketing is not done that much.
I'm, like I think last month of I forget. I really want to attend. Germany have one festival. It's called beer festival.
Okay.
And believe me, like they have so many brands of different kind of beer.
Wow, man.
So in Europe, especially like in Germany, Czech Republic, they have very strong beer culture. Like in UK, they have whiskey culture, especially in Scotland. That's why like if you notice the habit in Indian people also like whiskey and rum a lot.
The heaven for men, of course. I'm getting tipsy by listening to him, man.
Where he's come from, Richard?
Richard, where are you from? I think Richard is typing. Okay, meanwhile, you can continue your the
Yeah,
way
but
whatever
I
you're
re-
saying. Yeah.
but yes, I like wine sometime because but I drink only like one time or two time in a week.
Aussie, Aussie,
Australia.
Aussie.
Where in Australia? I spent a lot of time in Canberra, and me and my wife we making plan for camping in Australia. Like just rent some like motorhome and traveling around all, especially in Cairns. I love the Cairns. But let's see. But but yeah, me and my wife we really want because our baby is small now. So when he will because now he's just 4, so we're waiting if he should be at least
By the way, he's such
6
a
or
sweet kid.
7.
He's such a sweet kid. He's so cute.
Yeah, and he's gonna have a lot of girlfriend.
Yeah, of course. Especially
I mean,
if he have a daddy
just
like you, you can be his mentor. In our days, if my dad would be like, my son will be like an engineer. He'll be an engineer or a doctor or something like that. You were saying he'll have a lot of girlfriend.
man, look, what you will do. No one can force you. One thing, for
Exactly.
example,
Exactly.
you when I was if you go to the UK, like there's so many students. Even in Australia, I mean, my cousin sister, she living in Australia. She is a student there. But you know what? Sometime we put so much pressure on them. Then
Yeah.
student loan. You know, I mean, so many. Like if you
Even I
see
was
in
also
like.
on products like that. I was also forced a lot while growing up. My dad was an engineer, so he wants me to pursue engineering. Like it's like. But then that I end up being a guitar player. As you can see, there are two guitars behind me. So I end up being a guitar
Yeah,
player.
yeah.
That's the best thing that I've done in my life. Yeah, to
Yeah,
pursue myself
because
in music field.
that's the reason. Like I saw so many students from, especially from India, and they took us, like so much loan from the bank, then cost of living, so I literally seen so many students. They became, I mean, like they have heavy depression. They
Yeah,
lose their
stressed.
mind, and
Yeah,
so many they did suicide also. No one talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
this
yeah. Exactly. No
about
one talks about
because especially in our country no one talk about mental health. If you're talking about mental health,
exactly. That's
people
a
think, oh,
huge, huge
you
thing.
don't need it, you know so I
Mostly
think
people think it's a rich
parents
people's
should
disease.
realize this.
Mostly we have this myth, we have this phobia here in India. Like they consider mentally diseases like if you are sick, mentally sick. First of all, if you go to a doctor, the doctor's gonna just give you electric shocks. First of all, the biggest myth that they carry
No,
here in India, and they
yeah,
think it's like a rich
they
people's
should talk about
issue.
mental health.
No
You
one
notice
does.
like just recently it was one guy from Bangalore. He had a
Okay,
salary like to more than $100,000 in India even. It
$100,000
was
per
like,
month.
and after, no, yearly. It was like
Okay, okay,
he
yearly.
had a salary like 1 CR, which is like $150,000 a year. In India, that's
Wow.
a lot. Even in West,
But
is
he
a
was
lot.
depressed, something.
After all, yeah, and after all, he was so much depressed. He did and he quit his job and he went to some. I mean, like he has so much anxiety or something. Like he was not happy, so he quit his job. And I even here I met one guy. Yeah, he's an AI engineer, and like the level of pressure here. I mean, he, of course,
Yeah.
like this guy is so intelligent, he's so brilliant, and he
And
have a
one more
salary
thing
like
that
5,000.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
one more thing also that we have our society put a lot of pressure on us. Like They actually decide everything for us,
It's in
even
every
my
society,
studies.
man. It's in every society.
But
Even here in
India is
Czech
like, yeah,
Republic,
they also have this kind of
if you
culture
notice,
over
like,
there.
even here in Czech Republic, I telling you one thing. Also in Czech Republic, like if you're not success or suppose that if someone have a like a high paid job, so like class system, it's everywhere. Human have the like same mentality. Like so. I think it's everywhere. Like I think if you know about the Korean culture, man, it's damn broke.
Yeah, I heard
I mean,
about Korean
like
culture is
because of their
really,
look and
yeah.
like how the
They also have the
plastic
thing with
surgery
complexion
culture.
just like us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Complexion, fair
Yeah.
complexion, crazy. Yeah. And I think Koreans
Nowadays
in
here,
general, yeah, yeah, you're saying
nowadays
something.
I saw a lot of even women with
Yeah.
50 years old and 60 years old. Like they have a breast surgery, lip
Yeah.
surgery in this
Implants, yeah.
age.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine? Like
Yeah.
I told you about that flight to, from Turkey to here. Half of the flight with a bald man, and they had a surgery, and they are
Yeah,
old
you told me
also.
that on for phone call. Yeah. You can share the story again. You can share the story again, yeah? Because they doesn't know what
Oh,
you're
man.
talking about.
So actually, that time, so like I had a flight from Delhi to Istanbul and Istanbul to
Istanbul.
Prague. So
Which year it
in
was that?
flight, just recently, just
Recently, okay.
in March, this March, I
This
was
March.
because I've been to
Wow.
India for Diwali. No,
Okay.
sorry, for Holi.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
so one guy just next to me, he was sit, and like when he had a hair transplant, so he removed his cap. So when he
Okay.
touched his head to the seat, so it was blood there. So I was
Oh
so
my
messy, I
God.
feel so disgusting. And in the
And you were
flight,
sitting next to you?
literally just next to me, yeah. And
Okay.
in the
Oh,
flight, and one old man, he was literally like 60-year-old man, just front of me, he had the same.
hair
And
transplant.
almost, yeah, yeah, and almost in the flight, so many people been to Turkey just for hair transplant. And you will be surprised when you are in airport, even inside the airport, they have like they have some company who pick them in, even in the airport, they have like package for the go to the like for the hotel, for everything. And I literally
And
saw some men who are 60, 65, and they go to Turkey for hair transplant. I mean, like I told you, bald can be also sexy. I mean, when I lose my
yeah.
hair, it was really heartbroken when I accept
And one second, those who
what
have
I
just
can
turned
do.
in, and those who have just turned in, please let me remind you, these are real. These are not fake. I can pull this one.
Yeah,
This won't come out in just a
I
background.
got
Okay.
Richard's surgery on a plane. No, no, no. I mean, they already has. It's like after the surgery, they have some bandage, but they open the bandage, on their
Okay.
head
Yeah,
because their
yeah.
head is so messy after the surgery. So man, it was really disgusting.
And
And
I
you will
cannot
see
imagine,
literally,
like, yeah.
and I saw so many women where they have bandage on nose and on hip. I mean,
Oh,
like I mean,
ah.
yeah, eyebrows or nose. It's very common
You know,
on Istanbul airport.
if I would have been there, I would have
I
at least make one reel when you was too much
Oh
hot.
man, it's not. Oh man, I think it's not polite. I think.
I know, I'm just making fun, making a joke out of it. When you're too much
But can you
infected by the
imagine
pot, please.
the? But can you imagine some man from over 60?
Oh my God.
That's insane, actually.
But I
You
agree
know,
with the things you
but
said. Like bold can be sexy, like it's okay. And first of all, no one cares. It's just up to us, Like even if I start losing hair, recently I've started growing gray hair. So first I was little scared that
you can
am
also
I
go
getting
to
old?
Turkey for your beard transplant.
Oh my God. But you know what? I'll keep it. I'll
I
keep it
hope they
just the
will
way it
not
is,
take.
man.
And like what I heard, they actually they like they take the hair behind your head or some
Okay.
part of your body. I'm really thinking most of the. I mean, men have most of the. Like if around the dick is the only place where you're never gonna lose hair. I'm thinking
Yeah,
if they
exactly.
not took hair from
Exactly.
there.
Hair transplant plus Brazilian waxing.
Oh man,
Brazilian waxing
that's
transplant. Two in one.
Oh, but but yeah, so it was like maybe some people are just too much obsessed about their
Yeah,
look or everything.
because
I
it's the
think, but
pressure by the
I think in my
social media.
opinion,
I think
like
the
people
social media
should
puts
be
a lot of.
happy.
Yeah, I think it was just because of
Yeah,
the hype and the pressure which they built, like for the perfect face and the what manhood, like how should look, how they should look. Maybe
like
because of that,
K-pop,
people,
like
yeah.
K-pop stars. Like
Like,
K-pop
of
drama.
course, man, they makes me feel cringe. I don't. BTS is something I don't know why these Gen Z kids are really hyped about them. I don't know. I don't even know what is the full form of BTS. All I know, Bangkok train station or something like that. That's the meaning.
BTS. I also don't know, man. But I never saw them actually, and I don't want even.
Richard wrote something. Dudes experience stuff from every corner of the earth. What I didn't witness. This guy is hilarious,
For
man.
this, for this you have to be just observe.
Yeah, you have to be a good observer, man. Seriously. This is getting insane, man. Really enjoying this conversation, man. Yeah.
But what about you? What's your plan? Because I think it's so long you're staying in India, you not do travel,
Hmm.
right?
6 months already since I'm here. So that's the thing, I need to save some money because YouTube is not paying me. So here, I'm just staying here so that I save up and move again, move and make as many videos so that I can upload for the whole year. That's the plan. So this time I'm thinking to go beyond my capacity. I want to push myself as a genuine traveler because in my last trip, I'll be very honest, because I was just being a luxurious traveler and I want to take myself out of it. I want to travel like Shubham and Dipanshu, how they does things like that. They have inspired me a lot.
Mhm. But
And
I think,
what do you talk
but
about? What do you
most of
think
the
about
fun
the
if you're
hostel
staying on
culture?
a
Like,
hostel.
huh? Sorry,
Sorry,
I was
you say?
actually about to ask you the same question. Like, what do you think about the hostel culture? India doesn't have good hostel culture, right? I think hostels should be pushed. Europe have good hostel culture, I think.
Um, I think it's a depend because of course, the crowd, because some hostel if you go, there's so many people, they are not so clean, so you can
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
disgusting. But before, like whenever in for example, like whenever in Vietnam, so I always use a guest house because it was so cheap. I remember,
cheaper,
like
exactly.
I had very good room between almost $20 or something, kind of the cheap
Yeah,
guest house. And in
in
Bali, I
Vietnam,
had a
yeah,
very good room, very good. It was like very good hotel in Denpasar,
yeah,
and it was that hotel was with a swimming pool, and it was just
swimming pool,
for
yeah, yeah,
25 British pound,
yeah,
which was
man.
a very good price. In this price, you can't get a nowadays room even in India,
No, you
you know.
can't. Because recently,
And
before I went to Vietnam, I was traveling in southern India, and things are expensive. If you compare to Vietnam, Thailand, India is expensive. In compare, like in 2000 rupees,
Goa,
you'll get a place.
Goa became
You
very expensive.
Very expensive. Goa is really expensive. I used to live there for 5 years, and it's one of my best places.
Yeah.
But I stayed in an apartment, and I stayed for long periods, so I got it in a reasonable rate. But nowadays, if you are just going for like few days, it can be very expensive. And one thing, and South India is also expensive. And first of all, hygiene is a big problem here. Hygiene,
In
cleanliness,
South
it's a
India.
big, yeah, exactly. Like in 2000 rupees, 2,500, you won't get good places. Like rooms are not good as
Well,
compared to Vietnam or Thailand.
I never face this problem actually, because like last time, I were in it's called Alleppey in Kerala.
LP, yeah, 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 I know. I
I
haven't
mean,
been there, but I know.
wherever I stayed, so I always choose a room between like 30 to 50 pound, this range,
30
not
to
more
50
than
pounds.
50
That is
British pound,
expensive.
like 5,000 rupees. Yeah.
In
And
5,000, obviously, you got a four
wherever I
stars
go,
hotel.
I had a good experience. But in India, like there's a one hostel is called Mustache. There's some, but in hostel, I like personal room. I love,
Personal room.
when I'm in my room, I really love
You want
to
to
be
chill,
in it
yeah.
and
You want
sleep
to
on
chill,
my
yeah,
bed
yeah.
without any,
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
like my comfort. But this is true, like you can have private room in hostels can be also cheap.
yeah.
But I
Really,
don't
I
like
don't know
bunk
about that.
pads. I don't like, like a sharing room. I
Same, I
can't
also have
sleep with
little
the
problem with sharing stuff, like
strangers.
exactly. In my first day
especially the
in
toilets.
Vietnam, toilet is a big problem, you know. But in Vietnam, what happened is
Yeah,
first 2 night I stayed in hostel, you know, and the hostel's receptionist he told me like be careful with your belongings because there are, if something get lost, we are
yeah.
not responsible. And I was really being worried. And every time when I used to go to the washroom, I have to carry my passport, wallet, every single thing, and that was a huge task because the washroom was in the second
You
floor
will
and the
be,
dorm room was in the first
yeah.
floor. Yeah.
You will surprise even on Monday. I'm going to where I'm going to camping. I told everything to my family. Everything is okay, but for this, like you can rent your just for toilet. It can be a private. I said I can pay everything, but I want private toilet. That's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Have you seen Shubham's
I
and
don't like
Dipank's
sharing so
old
much.
videos? Have you seen
Sorry?
Shubham Nomad's and Shubham's and Dipank's old videos? Their starting days, how they started, and all like,
No, no, no. I
man,
haven't.
you should watch. You should watch at least Shubham's video. I've seen his older videos. These days, I've been watching other content creators how they did it. Like so that I can learn. And Shubham, when he started his journey, he used to carry a tent and a sleeping bag, and he was traveling from
Oh, that's
Northeast Mizoram
interesting.
to China,
It's
and he
like
was
some
sleeping.
cycle. It's also one Indian YouTuber. His name is Cycle Baba.
Cycle Baba, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I know him.
yeah, like even in Africa and Japan, so he often do camping. So he carries on like some small tent, which is good. It's going to be my first time. I hope everything will be okay. I
You're
asked
going
to
to make
one.
videos,
I have
right?
my sorry.
You're going to make videos. You're going to make videos, right?
Yeah, yeah, I will make
Yeah, yeah. I'll be
content
very.
about this.
You know what? I'll be looking
Uh,
for it, man.
uh,
I'll be
but,
looking for
but
it.
but also I have my best friend Leo. He's American.
Hey
I asked
there.
him because
Hey Praveen, welcome back. Hello. So
I
you're saying
have
something, yeah?
my best friend his name is Leo. He's American and he was part of the American army. So he served in
Oh,
US military. So
he
he
was
is very
Rangers or
experienced
Marine?
in
He was a Ranger or Marine?
I don't know, but in military.
Okay,
At the moment he
okay,
working in IT in
okay.
Virginia. So I just called him. I say, Leo, just can you tell me because you guys have very good experience for camping. He said, man, I think I don't like camping anymore because too much bugs. I said, okay, like because of mosquitoes or something.
He's from
Prague.
Prague. Yeah, and he's also a fellow YouTuber. You can check out his channel. He makes vlogs as well. And you were saying something about your friend Leo.
Yeah. So he told me like no, he don't like camping too much now because it's too much mosquito and bugs. So
I wanted to experience that. I really wanted to experience. I haven't experienced campaigning, but I really want to experience
I
this.
also never. It's going to be my first time but I didn't like it because last time, like when I saw, I met the guy. I mean, like my wife, she have very good experience of camping. She do track a lot. When she told
And
me like
how she
50
got
kilometer
to,
track,
and can I ask you something like how she got in herself into this camping stuff? Like she was
oh,
into
from her
any kind of
father,
scouts
from
or
her
something,
father,
and he
from
was
her
military
father.
or something.
No, no, her father was the guy. Like some people are just very, like charming and jolly type people. Like they
Oh,
love
I see.
camping and
Yeah,
nature a lot.
nice,
So she
nice,
learned everything from her father, which is
nice.
going to be work for me now. It's good.
Yeah,
But
wow.
yeah, yeah. But even my last year, I remember like they were me and with the baby. She went somewhere, so it was so funny. Like yesterday, when they saw the tent, he said in local man, it's Pinker like sleeping. So he remember like okay, he was in a tent, but inside was so comfortable actually. It was so impressive. I mean, I like it. And in a decathlon now, there's some option for camping. Like dal and rice. So it's like some airtight some stuff. You can just
MRE,
you
I
have to
think.
just boil in a
Yeah,
water
yeah,
for something. It
MRE,
will be
MRE, I
Indian
think.
dal rice.
Yeah, MRE, meal ready to
Yeah.
eat, I think. Yeah,
It was something like that, but you can have Indian dal and rice or Indian curry, all those stuff. Even for camping, they have in
wow,
decathlon. So
nice.
which is really good. But my wife, because she is a vegetarian,
Yeah.
so yeah. But me and my boy, he eat, so like it's okay, it's fine, yeah. But also she used to eat, but suddenly she stopped. She just not feel, so it's okay. Also with me, like sometimes I just don't want to eat any meat, even eggs. So yeah, so it's depend. When I'm in India, I eat most of the time. I eat vegetarian food because in India they have a lot of
Yeah,
option.
options plus
Yeah,
also the weather, like, and it's really hard for our digestive system here because
it's
water
depend
depend.
because here
Hey guys, could you give
give advice
advice
about.
about suddenly what?
I
Panicking
feel
during
very
travel.
scared while
I
sleeping
feel very
and
scared
sharing.
while
I
sharing
mean,
room
you
with
can if you hi Parveen, I think if you use a hostel, so you can try to even hostel some hostel have a private room. So because I think private room in hostels can be a very good option because room can be cheap and still you can enjoy in a hostel with fellow travelers or something. I mean, for example, like last year, like because someone was already in my property, so I can't go to my home. So I stayed in hostel in London. One area is called the Camden, and they have a room which was man, it like like cabin room. If you seen like
wow.
first AC Indian train, it was
Yes.
same size of this.
Wow.
But it was like private room, and I made some fellow Indian traveler in London, which was good. So I like private room in a hostel because it's always cheap. But if you want the guest houses, can be very expensive. What he said, hey guys, could you give advice about suddenly panicking during travel? I feel very scared, like while sleeping in sharing room. It's a very big problem for me. Would you love to some tips? Yeah, just to use a private room in a hostel. It can be
Yeah.
cheap and best.
For
And
me, what I
look,
do, like, yeah. For me, first day of my traveling, like, obviously it'll be like time changing, place changing, so many things. I just get drunk, to be very honest. I get drunk till I get sleep. That's what personally works for me. But yeah, obviously you can also take some pills. Like there are some pills which is recommended by doctors if it's possible. Otherwise, just stay in a hotel. I'll say is much better than
well,
staying in a
it's depend.
hostel.
Maybe he's
Depends.
just nervous because like people
Could be.
who do travel first time or second time. I mean, some people are not just experienced. you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
so that's why, but everything going to be fine. Just read, just try to avoid some bad areas.
Bad areas can be. Sometimes also like also depends on you. Like what are the things you are like with whom you are traveling. Are you a solo traveler? Please answer that so that we'll be more specified about giving you any kind of tips. Okay. Richard said something. It's better you keep some pepper spray too.
I think I should carry in my car, but I
Yeah.
need to check if it's according to law it's allowed or not.
Yep, that's a good one. It's allowed. I think I have one. Wait, let me show you my pepper spray. It's,
Oh my
it's I
god.
always carry it in my bag. Pepper spray all over. Yeah. I think it's legal to carry. This is the one that I carry.
Uh, but yeah, you don't need to drive. I drive a taxi, man. I
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
be like I don't want any problem.
Cautious. Yeah.
Like,
It's always good to carry for everyone. Like, even I don't know why girls these days, they don't carry pepper spray. I met one friend. I think she's still a very good friend of me. And like we're speaking, like we met through Instagram. And recently, just like I think 1 month back from now, we were speaking. Like I asked her genuinely, like you met me through Instagram, and she's scared because you don't know me, right? You don't know me. I could be some kind of psycho or something. She said like I already gave you Instagram and all to my friends. So if something happened, they will go to police. I said, fine, if something happened, obviously they can take action. But the thing is that I will do some harm till then, right? So you will be in some kind of problem. But it's better just keep a pepper spray with yourself, just spray it. You don't need any training for that. So like just keep it with yourself, man.
I were in
You can keep.
Mauritius, yeah. I were in Mauritius, and in Mauritius, near I mean, Mauritius is very small island. You can
Yeah,
cover whole island one day when just rent a
yeah,
car,
yeah.
which can be very cheap.
Car or
So
scooter.
I know in Mauritius, like if you go into the center of Mauritius, so there is some area can be very bad. I mean, I heard so. Last time, like when I were in Mauritius, so two French girl they told me, like someone. harass them too much, or like try to do something with them. So they just recently that time they bought a pepper spray, and so it was the only place. But like wherever I go, last time in London I felt little scared because
London
where
is
I
scary.
was.
Like I'm watching the things
Oh
now,
yeah,
man.
I
Yeah,
were in a Camden, and like Camden area was not so good, but it's near to the center. And I mean, that was scary, like in the evenings, even for a short distance, I had to use a Uber. That was fucking expensive. Believe me, London is really extremely expensive.
yeah, obviously.
So,
I think Navankar was in London, and recently he was like uploading his London series. I was watching his videos, and he got into
yeah.
some trouble, and some lady he had some
Really?
fight with. But let's
Really?
discuss about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, he went to South Hall. Let's discuss about it, because as a fellow Indians, we should discuss. So the thing is that there were a lot of garbages, and Nabunkar, and like he's
Yeah.
always complaining. It doesn't matter. Like I'm not saying he's doing wrong. It's the awareness, I will say. Like if you see something wrong, you should complain. That should not be supporting
Of course.
someone
Why not?
behalf of your race or your country, right? So there was a rule. He went inside a park, and there was a rule saying that you have to tie your dog. You have to leash your dog or something like that. And that lady was not using. I'm broke as fuck too, so I need to do the level to get anything cheap. Okay.
Everyone broke on some level.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
exactly. Even I am broke, that's why I'm staying here and saving my money so that I can go and
Even I'm broke, I
level up
drive
your.
taxi.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm that much broke. I'm drinking water only, not alcohol.
Yeah.
So
I want,
he
but I
like,
can't.
yeah, because you have to drive safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
So
drinking
you see,
driving.
every yeah. But
So I was
actually,
saying, yeah,
the South Hall. I'm telling you one thing. I mean, South Hall- when I'm in London.
yeah,
So I always go to South Hall for enjoy food. I mean, like
yeah.
because they have very good Indian restaurant.
I'm so broke that I'm
Come and
commenting.
oh man, oh, like that's a good. But
Yeah,
but
man.
I'm telling you about the South Hall.
Yeah,
After 9 or 10, I mean in South Hall they have very big markets called Iceland. It's a very big market. So like after 10, when you see market is closed, I literally seen like so many illegal migrants from
yes, that's a big
in
problem.
Bangladesh and Pakistan also. Like because I you can
Yeah,
understand the language.
yeah,
They have literally they keep mattress front of the shop, and all footpath filled with these people. And I don't know how they got the money. They're sleeping on the road, but they have money for the buy bottle of whiskey or vodka or alcohol. So and if you try to shoot them, these people are very aggressive. I I,
yeah,
I face this actually. And in a South Hall, South Hall is like if you go like night to even even till 12, some restaurant shops are still up. I mean open. Maybe
open, yeah,
when that time when I was there, it was. Um, it's too noisy, or like police patrolling all the time because it's high crime area.
yeah, and
So,
yeah,
but yeah, some people are also nice there. Like so I told you, good or bad people can be everywhere. But yeah, South Hall is can be a little bit.
yeah.
You can meet
So, but
sometimes some
yeah,
crazy people or aggressive people.
but the lady, she wasn't Indian. That lady was white, like, and they had some few words. They exchanged few words, and obviously Navanku told her like, why you are not leasing your dog and something like that. And the lady said, "You filthy people, like you say to us. Let me tell you what is rule. You filthy
Well,
people, throw garbage
Maybe
everywhere."
Navankur was afraid. If I was there,
No, 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 no,
then
no,
I will
no, no.
turn my ill side.
No, 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 no. Actually, like Navankar was right. He was right. Like he just want this lady to follow the rules, and he told that lady to leash her dog. Okay, and that lady actually what she did is like when they see Indians, like not every Indians is dirty. Like I don't think so. You throw garbages on anywhere, even in India, right? So do I. But when they see a fellow Indian, they think that he's Indian, she's Indian, like they're they throw everything away. Even in Thailand, I faced some of the Germans. They told me like, complain to me like, you Indians, why you are throwing chairs, why you are throwing bottle out of your
Well,
car just on the
I'm
street? Yeah,
telling you one thing. I'm telling you
yeah,
one thing. I travel 40 different countries. I think it's a good number, right?
absolutely true,
Wherever
brother.
I
Yeah.
go, wherever I go,
Hmm.
if you seen, if you like two things. If you seen any people who start fighting after drinking, probably they are British and the whites. You know, but I never say it like this. Even in Thailand, you've seen how they behave.
Yeah.
If someone talking about race or something, so I don't give a shit. The fuck off.
No,
Like
actually, you didn't got my
if they
point.
tell, if look, if they tell, even I also owning a house in London. All right,
Yeah.
I'm Indian. So first they should see in themselves. And these old people are we called chav. Chav is like Australian people say in Australian. Some people they say they are bogon. It's like uncivilized or broke people. So in UK we say the chav. So like Navangur, and there's so many dog attack also.
Hmm.
Some people they go they're walking with their pit bulls and pit bull attack on other
Yeah.
people. But you can say
No,
nicely.
no,
And
you didn't got
if
my point
Navankur,
actually. Yeah.
If Navankur record this and he complain in police, that lady can have serious trouble. You can't write anything wrong about any race, even on the social media in UK.
Yeah. No,
So
my point is
like
that no.
I
My
think
point. You didn't got my point. Let me say my point. My point is that we come from a bad reputed place, right? Like mostly people from India, like they do shits, and just because of that, those who are not doing shits, they're also faking that thing because some other person they're throwing garbage. I got to listen from the white people that you Indians do this thing,
it's a
although I don't
stereotype.
do it
No,
personally.
no, no.
I know there's a stereotype, but my question is that like, what will be your approach towards this mentality? Like, and what will be your message to the fellow Indians who does this stuff, like, and why they should need to change themselves,
Well, this type
and
of
not to
people,
throw? Yeah,
what actually it's can be a big problem. But like this type of people you can see in everywhere. Like
yeah.
I,
Like even a
the
Pakistani
soon
does this
here is a
thing,
football match.
the thing
Well,
like
some
that
people actually,
by discriminating by dirty and stuff, or show worship cow and stuff like that. Mostly I
I
ignore
don't
stuff.
ignore.
If I
I reply
face,
very well.
mostly I run off. Okay. What's
I
your
don't
reply?
ignore.
Like,
I reply very well.
what do you say? Like,
I don't.
if you face something like that,
Okay, but like I'm telling like
yeah,
it's about some it's became a kind of a stereotype, especially some American YouTubers. When they come, that's the other thing they
yeah,
never saw
yeah,
any shit that people do shitting in New York subway.
yeah.
Like
Nobody talks
the gun
about it.
violence there.
Even in
Yeah,
Philadelphia,
girls
there are
are.
a lot of drug addicts and
Anyway,
all. Yeah,
one more thing. If any someone if been America, some
I
girls
think it's
before go
easier,
to New
like,
York subway, they change their
yeah,
dress. They're too afraid. They cover themselves in New York. But have you heard about this? No.
no, no.
It's like
I think that's the
but
point, like,
but as because
Abhishek, one
like
second,
because as an
one
Indian
second.
we never make any video about that all this
Yeah,
thing or something.
yeah.
It's kind of
One
also
second, Abhishek. Let me
like
interrupt you.
all world thinking Americans are very dumb. They don't know any geography or something,
Yeah.
but not all are.
They're dumb. They're dumb. I've been with those people. They are.
But not
First of all,
but
they're
no,
trained
blame me,
people.
don't.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not
yeah.
it's same like it's
Let me
same
tell you
like
one thing. Let me they
they
tell you one thing.
thinking
Abhishek,
every Indian people just throwing garbage or something
I
so
tell you
it's
one
like
thing. I tell you one
stereotype.
thing. Now, obviously, it's a stereotype. I don't have any doubts about it. But thing is that
Yeah.
we don't know how to defend ourselves, and it's really easy to target a fellow Indian instead of a white person. That's what I faced. Because our problem is that we never spoke back to them. I'm so sorry. We never spoke back to them. We never answered them, and we're
uh,
like polite, and
that's the
that's the
thing
make
like
yeah.
because just Praveen he said he ignored.
I don't know
uh
whether America's is, but their president surely is.
yeah, man,
Donald
after this
Trump.
talking he will say he sort out the thing. That's fucking dumbass.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Doland.
Can you imagine this guy is the president of America and he changes statement in one night? Can you imagine?
He's crazy. I think he's lost his mind. I think he's lost his
I
mind.
don't know why.
He just
He's
wants to be
just
famous.
typical, like some. I, I have really surprised. I have just I think last month there is a one college student. She's American, she's from
Hmm.
Texas. So she come to our home for because when they need nanny. So she was here as a nanny. And I was talking with her. She told me, she said in Texas some people keep Donald Trump kind of Donald Trump photo or something with Jesus like outside of their home. Like, and I was like, I said, they're fucking idiot or what? He said, yeah, for them it's like they're demigod. Like,
That is
and I
next
was
level,
like,
yeah. Also,
it's like we also have some people they are just
what the
I mean
fuck?
yeah, this is true.
I think I've seen one thing in about Europe in Dhruv Bratti's blog, and I had one Finnish friend. I also asked him, like, in
Oh, that
Europe,
guy is asshole.
that
No,
guy's
because that
hypocrite.
guy
He's a
very
hypocrite.
hypocrite because he
He's
never
a
said about
very
the truth.
hypocrite. And he
You know what
knows how
happened
to brainwash people.
last week?
No, no. Yeah.
Yeah, last week what happened? It was some festival in France, Paris,
Trump,
and
like
some
and
people.
subscribe if you are watching this video.
Oh, God.
And also, please monetize our channel, Trump, if you are watching this.
Uh, anyway, man, because after 2 minutes I have to go. Anyway,
Okay.
but but like just in last week it was some festival in Paris. So some
Okay.
people they carry injection in the crowd,
Okay.
and they
Why?
keep that injection. They carry maybe there's some kind of drug, and they inject this to the girl in the crowd, just for rob them
Why?
or something. I don't know.
Okay.
They are because like girl, it was in Paris. Like I think you can heard this also in news. It's everywhere.
No, I haven't watched. I don't watch news, mostly. Just maybe
What
I've
yeah,
missed it.
that was very weird. That was very weird actually. But uh, I don't know. But that's scary. Like someone go to the festival and some people who have just criminal mind and they just you know give injection and they like they inject some drug to the woman just for rob them or assault them.
Yeah.
And mainly they target only young women. That's so horrible. But I
I
never seen
think,
like India or other place unsafe like this actually.
yeah, exactly. But US seems really scary. Like the way, even I had
No,
one
it was
friend.
it
She
was
was
in
in, yeah,
Paris. It was in
Paris.
Paris.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Paris.
I'm sorry, Paris. Yeah.
Yeah. But like uh I don't know. Some people are just weird.
Yeah.
So you don't know. Anyway, Sam, now I need to
Yeah.
go. All right,
Sure, sure.
brother. It
It
was
was
nice
nice
talking with
talking
you.
to you, bro. Yeah, please, we can do this live session. It was really interesting, and Richard was there all the time. And Praveen, Richard, thank you guys. Especially Richard, your
Yeah.
comments are, epic. I'll say you are.
It was funny. Yeah.
He's
All right,
really
man.
funny. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, well, bro. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, brother.
Ciao.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. To close this.